The lady who married my eldest son said something mean to me. She said I didn't belong here because I only finished middle school and I'm living off a pension. She made me really angry. But before I could respond, my second son's wife interrupted, looking worried. She said something about a story. My eldest son's wife used to make fun of me, but now she's in a tough spot herself. My name's Sally, and I'm 62 years old. I've lived a simple life since finishing middle school. I worked hard to raise my kids after my husband died 5 years ago. I've managed to stay healthy with support from others. I'm still doing some work my husband used to do, and though there are some issues, overall, I'm content. But something's been bothering me. Hey there, I've got a delivery for you, I say to the delivery person at my door. They handed me a single sealed envelope and a beautiful bouquet of flowers. The card on the flowers read, "Happy birthday," signed by my second son, Tyler. It was a surprise because I've never received anything like this before. Back when Tyler was single, his now wife Ariana probably took care of such things. Tyler's a laid-back guy, while Ariana is more organized and thoughtful. They live about an hour away, but they visit occasionally to check in and invite me on trips with them. I called Ariana to thank her, and she sounded happy, saying, "Happy birthday. I heard you like flowers. Take care, and I can't wait to see you again." Ariana's such a great wife, almost too good for Tyler. But then there's the other sealed letter from my eldest son, Tom. When I opened it, I found a birthday card. Tom, who got married before Tyler, isn't the type to do something like this on his own. So it must have been his wife, Mary, who sent it. Mary has always been a big worry for me. She brags about being highly educated and working for a big company. She's got a strong personality and can be pretty snobby. She judges people based on their education and job, and if she thinks someone's beneath her, she'll make fun of them. Since I only finished junior high school and have been working all my life, she looks down on me. I knew she didn't respect me from the start, but over time she's become even more arrogant. She'd show up at my house unannounced and expect me to cook for her, saying she was too tired from work. Sometimes she'd even ask me for money without telling my son Tom, who's also well off. Tom, bless him, is like a husband to me, gentle and kind, so I tolerate Mary because she married him. But it hurts, and I don't feel good about it. Still, she wished me a happy birthday, so I felt like I should at least thank her. That's why I decided to give her a call. I called Mary, and she sounded tired, saying she needed to keep it short because of work. I thanked her for the birthday card she sent me. She quickly acknowledged it and then reminded me about an upcoming family dinner, telling me to dress nicely so she wouldn't be embarrassed. I agreed and said goodbye. She didn't even say congratulations, but that's just how Mary is, I thought to myself, feeling a bit disappointed. I wondered if there was anything I could do about the situation. A few weeks later, I had the chance to attend a dinner party with my relatives. It was for my niece's wedding. She's always been dear to me since she was little. She's a cousin of my sons, Tom and Tyler. Since she wasn't having a big wedding, they decided to throw a dinner party to introduce her new husband to the family. Tom, Mary, Tyler, Ariana, and I were all invited. As we walked through the courtyard where the party was being held, I commented on the nice weather and how lovely my niece looked in her kimono. "You look great in your kimono, and it fits perfectly in this courtyard," I told her. "Well, it's a proper place today, and I haven't been here in a long time," she replied. "I wish I had worn a kimono too. This restaurant is really nice and luxurious," I remarked. "Oh, come on. I can't afford to buy you an expensive kimono for a place like this," my niece replied. "I know, I'm just saying," I said with a smile. As we chatted, my eldest son and his wife arrived late. "Hello, wow, you're dressed up nicely," I greeted them. "Hey, you don't have to say it like that," my son Tom tried to intervene, but Mary seemed annoyed. "It's almost time to go in," I said, leading everyone inside the restaurant. Around 30 relatives had gathered, and many of them came to greet me. "She's very well liked, isn't she?" someone whispered. "Is it out of pity after all?" Mary muttered, standing nearby. I ignored her and took my seat. My niece and her partner greeted everyone, and after a toast, the dinner party began. I had expected the restaurant to be in a rural area, but the food was impressive. They even had a good selection of sake. "It's no wonder they were featured in the Tokyo magazine," Mary remarked, enjoying her meal and drinking a lot of sake. The dinner proceeded peacefully, celebrating my niece's marriage. I was relieved to see that her partner seemed like a good person. "Incidentally, I heard you graduated from the University of K and work for a famous bank," one of the relatives mentioned. "Yes, that's correct. I'm grateful to my parents for supporting my education, my niece's partner replied nervously. That's good. Key University, huh? Well, I graduated from Devi University myself. I'm a CEO at a big company, Mary chimed in, even though nobody asked. She seemed eager to show off her education and job. Tom tried to stop her, but Mary kept going. In today's world, your education really matters, don't you think? No, I don't agree. There are plenty of respectable people regardless of their education, my niece's partner replied firmly. But Mary didn't stop. I believe those who went to Key University would understand that there are things only educated people can grasp. People without education are, let's say, at a lower level, right, Sally? She suddenly turned to me, but I already knew where this was going. I'm not sure, Mary. Maybe you've had a bit too much to drink. Why don't you step outside for some fresh air? I responded calmly, but it seemed to annoy her. What's wrong, Mary? You're being a bit harsh. Did you just tell me to leave even though I have a college degree and you only finished junior high? She snapped back. I don't get it. What's your problem? Tom tried to intervene, but I signaled him to stay quiet. It was time to address this once and for all, I thought. Mary, if you have something to say it. I encouraged her, though I already knew what was coming. She chuckled and then began. Let me be frank. If I were you, I'd be too ashamed to show my face in front of the family. You only finished middle school and have no qualifications. Everyone, including my niece and her partner, was watching us closely. I haven't seen you doing much since your husband passed away. You're unemployed at 62, nowhere near retirement age. Where I work, people are dedicated elite managers. I'm the main breadwinner, she continued, seeming to relish in it. You didn't even go to high school, let alone a good one. You're in this situation because you lack qualifications. Isn't that pathetic? I definitely wouldn't want to end up like you, Aunt, though I don't have to worry since I work for a big company, she added, her words causing even the waitstaff to pause and listen. Then she dropped a bombshell. Someone like you, who only finished middle school, doesn't belong here. It's embarrassing. You're just a poor person living off a pension. I don't want anything to do with you, so why don't you leave? Mary's words pushed me over the edge. I had been trying to tolerate her arrogance, but I couldn't hold back my anger anymore. My nose twitched and I fought back tears. I wanted to tell her to just shut up and listen, but before I could, Ariana, looking pale, interjected. Mary seemed confused as Ariana spoke. The relatives had various reactions. Some were bitter, some angry, some looked down on Mary. Tom looked downcast. What's going on? Mary demanded. Ariana, trembling, explained, Sally owns this restaurant. There was a moment of silence, then Mary laughed dismissively. Don't be ridiculous. What are you talking about? She scoffed. The manager and employees rushed to me. Boss, are you okay? She's amazing. She's helped me so much. Do you know what you're saying? The manager yelled at Mary. She turned to Tom, bewildered. Tom, what's happening? Wait, what they're saying is true, Mary exclaimed. Yeah, they're right. Dad and Mom started this restaurant, and Mom took over after Dad passed away. But she wasn't able to manage it alone, so now she lets someone else run it under her name. She really is the owner, Tom explained. Why didn't you tell me this before? If I knew, I wouldn't have said those things about the restaurant or the property. I wanted to leave my mom alone, especially since she was depressed after Dad died. And when you found out about her education, you looked down on her and lost interest, Mary admitted. What? How could someone who only finished junior high run such a fancy restaurant? The business must be failing, and the house is old. They really are poor, Tyler chimed in, addressing Mary's ongoing complaints. Actually, he continued, Mom likes to keep things simple, and the house is full of memories of Dad. She owns a condo near the station and other properties she and Dad bought together. Honestly, I think she earns more than you do. What? This is ridiculous. You're just a middle school graduate. Stop talking, Mary retorted angrily. Suddenly, a calm voice broke through the tension. It was a man who looked around my age, dressed sharply in a suit. What's going on here? He asked calmly. Who are you to butt in? Mary snapped. Guess, he replied calmly. Mary's face turned pale. No, it can't be. I'm the executive director, he revealed. The man was my husband's cousin, holding a high position in Mary's company. I had no clue that one of Mary's relatives was causing trouble at her company. Frankly, Mary, your reputation there isn't great. I've heard you're overly critical of other employees and treat them differently based on their education levels. It's causing significant problems on projects, the executive director revealed, leaving Mary looking as if she might faint. I'll look into this case, and I'll ensure my report against you is thoroughly examined. You might face demotion or even termination, he added. Mary looked like she was about to plead for mercy, but Tom stopped her, saying, Enough, Mary. This wouldn't have happened if you'd been honest from the start. Do something about it. Mary, with a face burning red, turned on Tom. Fine, let's get a divorce then. You're always causing problems, even at such an important event, and now you're affecting work too. I can't be with you after the way you spoke to my mother, who worked so hard to raise us, Tom responded calmly. As I broke into tears, Tyler held me and Ariana comforted me. Mary, feeling distressed, insisted, I won't accept divorce or demotion. This is ridiculous. The executive director intervened quietly. You need to leave now. I agree. This is an important occasion for us, and my aunt is a significant person. We don't want it spoiled. Please just go, my niece spoke firmly, watching the scene unfold. Mary was in disbelief and left the room with the employee, stunned by the turn of events. Tom apologized to everyone for his wife's behavior, bowing deeply. My niece reassured me, expressing her love and support, while Ariana leaned in to tell me she respected me. Tom also expressed his desire to divorce Mary, saying he'd be happier without her. I was taken aback by Tom's decision to divorce because of me, and I felt guilty. But Tom reassured me, apologizing for everything and promising to be more respectful to his parents. After we all calmed down, we finished the dinner without any further issues. A few months later, Tom and Mary divorced. Mary caused a scene and tried to seek alimony in family court, but her claim was unsuccessful. An internal investigation at her company revealed her problematic behavior, and she was transferred to a smaller branch office in another prefecture, effectively being demoted. Something unexpected happened when Tom announced his decision to take over the restaurant. I had never pressured my children to take over the family business, wanting them to pursue their passions. But deep down, I felt a bit sad at the thought of letting go of the special place my husband and I had built together. Tom approached me with a serious expression, saying, Mom, that restaurant is filled with dads and your love and passion. I initially hesitated to take over because I didn't think I could handle it, so I worked for a restaurant chain instead. But seeing how much your employees love and respect you, I knew I wanted to protect the legacy you and Dad created. I thanked Tom warmly and reminded him that he had much to learn and study. I promised to guide and teach him well as he took on this new role. Tom began working with me at the restaurant, and I found myself busy once again, training him. A year later, on my 63rd birthday, as Tom and I waited outside our house, Tyler's car pulled up. Ariana stepped out, her voice full of joy as she wished me a happy birthday. Tyler gently lifted their baby from the car seat, joining in the celebration. Welcome, all three of you. Now, with the addition of the little one, our family feels complete. I greeted them warmly, finally getting to experience the joy of being a grandmother to my precious grandchildren. It's time for me to fully commit to running the restaurant, and I look forward to serving delicious food for my nephew's celebrations, Tom declared, his eyes shining with determination after his diligent training. As we celebrate today, I secretly wish for Tom to find someone special now that he's a fully fledged chef. I added, hoping for his happiness and success in both his personal and professional life.